So building the van out is gonna happen someday, and I finally got started on it. I built this kind of rack for the top of a file cabinet that I got. The drawers were open in the back, so I took a piece of plywood and covered the back of it. Up front, I'm going to mount a 3,000 watt inverter with, at this point, I believe 2 deep cycle batteries. I also got the field desk in the back tied down. I just put D-rings in the floor and ran straps from the handles down to the floor. I figured the handles are designed to support the weight of it now, so just take advantage of that. And yeah, I'm done. So I'm cleaning up today, and I will see y'all tomorrow. It is tomorrow, but my guts are bubbling. But it is an absolutely beautiful day in San Angelo, Texas. So today's video is a vlog from Key West, Florida. It's your weekly routine that bothers me. Before you hurt yourself, just leave. This ain't the end of me. All the things that I could be. This is the end of you. After all that we've been through. Alright, so back to reality. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I know it was an awesome day. That was in, I think, January.
I couldn't believe it. Guess he just got tired of it.
I'd rather wake up next to a stranger than wake up next to you. Cause you're covered in sand. I'll see you later. I got started on building the boxes in the back, and then Raul took over for the complicated wiring part, and the cruise control went out again. I'm headed back home at this point, and when Raul comes by, I'm going to get him to explain how the 3,000 watt inverter and battery system is now hooked up in the van. The 96 E350 Power Stroke. Hey man, that's my alma mater, Angelo State University in West Texas Sunset. Just don't get much better than that. Some fajitas from the Rosas Cafe is awesome. They have fajitas like nobody else I've ever tasted. They're like super tender, and it comes with like tortillas and sour cream, beans, and rice. I hope everybody's hungry. I didn't even ask. Starting at the batteries, he cleaned all the terminals, ran an auxiliary wire from one of the front batteries under the vehicle, under the van, through an isolator, which has a keyed hot on it, so that when the key is on, the auxiliary batteries are connected to the charging system, and when the key is off, the batteries are separate, so the auxiliary system can go completely dead without affecting the main power. He also put a 100 amp breaker up close to the battery, so if something were to go wrong in the auxiliary system, it won't short out the rest of it. Built a battery box, put a hose in it to vent any type of fumes that would come from the lead acid batteries as they're charging and I guess being used. They warm up and put some gases off, and in the cabin you don't want those floating around. They can be very, very poisonous. You might die from your batteries. Then he hooked the inverter up. I haven't mounted it yet, but we have a catastrophic problem. So I've got the cabinet, I've got another cabinet in the back. Basically all of my stuff, including my ass in the driver's seat and the engine, is on the front wheel. So all the weight is up there. Like the van is literally sitting like this. And then, the front driver's side is tilted down. And then the front driver's side's tilted down. It's kind of ridiculous. It feels like, I don't know, if you've ever pulled a really heavy trailer that's weighted down and your suspension's loaded and you're just kind of boom, just cruising, it's like a boat. That's what it feels like driving it right now. But unfortunately it's not level, and this is a permanent situation. So I think it's got to be fixed, man. There's that old saying, measure twice, cut once. I got really big on that because if you don't figure out exactly how you want to build something, you can put a whole lot of work into building it, and if the design in the beginning is wrong, then everything was wasted. Or maybe not everything, but most of the work that went into it is wasted because it has to be redone. Maybe that's why like engineers and architects are so important on a project, because it doesn't matter how much work you put into building the structure or the thing. If it's not designed right, then it's a failure. So I've still got 2 days until we go to South Texas, and what I really want to do is move the batteries above the fender well on the passenger side. They got to be moved. There's just no way around it. I can't drive this van wherever I need to go with 50% of the weight on the front driver's side tire. So I just built the lid for the battery box. When you're hooking up multiple batteries parallel, you run just positive to positive to positive, negative to negative, negative, and the voltage stays the same. If you go positive to negative, negative to positive, then it increases the voltage with each battery step. So in this case, if I had hooked all of these up in a series, then it would be 36 volts instead of 12 volts. So the inverter would fry. I got a Haitral Inverter, 3,000 watts. It was $150 on Amazon. I read a bunch of reviews, and some very knowledgeable people said they had taken it apart and had used it for a significant period of time, and that it was very reliable. No frills, no gauges, no warning signs, no nothing. Just a basic inverter. 12 volts in, 120 volts AC out to plug electronics into. The Vitamix is a 2-horse motor. It takes about 1,700 watts to run it. A typical skill saw, like the one I use to cut the plywood, is like 12 amps. So you multiply that times the volts, and it gives you, like 1,320 watts. So this 3,000 watt inverter will run most appliances, even up to like a 10,000 BTU air conditioner. I had hell figuring out how to get these drawers in and out, because most sliders have a little button on the side that you push and it comes out. Basically, on these you just depress the sides and it lifts right out. There's like 2 clips that fall into the track like this, and then there's keepers on the back side. So you just bend the wall of the drawer and it pops off. Might save you some time later on if you're ever dealing with giant file cabinets. I just put drawer liners in, like a rubber sheet that goes in the bottom of it. Keeps your stuff from sliding around. They work great. I learned about them on toolboxes, and considering that everything in here is going to be shaken, it's good stuff. All I did was lay it in there, run the razor blade along the edge. Quick and easy. A sharp razor blade is the real trick. Something like this. Oh dude, I'm so excited. I'm going nuts now. I get to move all my clothes out of this little plastic bin that shakes everywhere.
Into the big drawer.
Dude, these drawers are huge. Like, half of this drawer will hold this entire bin. I wanted to hang all my clothes up somehow. I've been trying to figure out why I prefer hanging over a drawer full of clothes, and I just got it. It's because in a drawer, you have a pile. The only way to pick out what you want to wear is to go through the pile, or just pull it off of the top. So for like underwear and socks, it's great. But when you want to shuffle through and see what you're working with, you want to find your favorite pair of jeans, or not your favorite pair, you want to find a new pair besides your favorite pair of jeans, you know, something else besides the top of the pile. You gotta make a damn mess. Like, oh, no, not that. Oh, I want these. You know, you gotta flip everything over. Look at all these shirts in here. Where are we going? What do we want? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense to me. That's you know, that's one of those wisdom things that comes with experience.